Does it feel like losing belly fat gets harder and harder as you continue to get older? Well, I've helped over 200 high achieving and high performing men lose anywhere between 25 to 30 pounds in 6 months. And I'll be the first one to tell you that it does get a little bit harder to lose that belly fat and that body fat as you get older. But that does not mean that it's impossible. In fact, it's actually very realistic as long as you have the right approach. That's why today I'm going to be sharing the 5 fat loss hacks that will help you jumpstart your fat loss. Number 1, you have to swap out high carbohydrate and low protein breakfasts for the opposite of high protein breakfast with low carbohydrates. What I see most men do is they start their day off with high carb foods such as whole grain toast, an English muffin, maybe a granola bar. And that high carb, what that does is it spikes your blood sugar earlier in the day, which means the next couple hours you're going to feel hungrier and hungrier and you're going to see your energy levels start to crash. Instead, what you should be doing is building your breakfast around protein and produce. Think eggs with some vegetables, or Greek yogurt with berries, or even a protein shake with some fruit in it. I cannot overstate how much better you're going to feel if you start your day with protein and produce. Because what it will do is it will help you feel fuller earlier in the day. It also is going to give you more sustained energy throughout the day. And the combination of being energized and full is going to help make fat loss a whole lot easier. Plus, it sets the tone for the rest of the day for you to make healthy choices. All right, now, hack number 2, you've got to plan out meals that have similar amounts of calories in each one of them. A lot of men that I speak with, and I did this myself too, is I would start my day off by skipping breakfast. I'd have a little bit of lunch. And then when it would come to the evening, I would end up starving. And you're probably running into this where you're overeating late in the day because you're not eating much earlier in the day. And this cycle of overeating, especially at night, is what's keeping the pounds packing on week after week and month after month. In fact, my client Jeff, this is exactly what he was doing. He was struggling to lose the same 10 pounds. He would lose them and gain them, lose them and gain them, because he was starving himself earlier in the day. And then he would end up with low energy in the afternoon and way overeat at night, which made it feel impossible to actually lose the weight for good. Now, once we changed his approach and had him eating meals all throughout the day that were similar calories, he was able to lose 20 pounds and actually keep it off because he was no longer ravenous and overeating when it came to later in the day. Now let's move on to hack number 3. And unfortunately, this is the one that I see most people miss. Now I get it. Most people don't want to spend their Sundays meal prepping, so they opt to use a meal prep subscription service, which is a great option. These meal prep services are super simple to use and can be very, very beneficial. But the trick is you have to know what to look for and you have to be seeking out high protein and high produce items. Because on the website, all the meals look healthy, but in reality, a lot of them are very high in calories, high in carbohydrates, and high in fat, which makes it really hard to lose weight, even if the meals are convenient and appear to be healthy. So what I see is many people utilizing these services, but it's not helping them lose weight, which just becomes more and more frustrating because it feels like you're doing all of the right things. So with that said, I am all for outsourcing and using meal prep subscription services to help remove the decision fatigue and take away the time that it takes in the evenings to prepare your meals, but you have to know what to look for first. Now, hack number 4 is to eat most of your carbohydrates around your workout times. Now, most men, they think that carbs are the enemy, so they try to slash them completely. This leads to low energy, weak workouts, poor performance, and a struggle to recover, and eventually it leads to burnout. The truth is, carbs can be a secret weapon as long as you know when to use them. So what you want to do is we want to essentially sandwich your carbohydrates around your workout times. Because when we eat carbs before your workout, it's going to fuel your performance. And when we eat them after your workout, it's going to help aid in your recovery. On top of that, carbohydrates are your body's preferred source of energy. So if you're eating the right carbohydrates at the right time, you can feel more energized naturally all throughout the day. Now, the 5th and final hack that we'll be utilizing is the triple P method to use while you're eating out or while you're traveling. The triple P method is prioritize, protein, and produce. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times that you want to indulge and really enjoy the foods at your favorite restaurants. But when it comes to traveling and eating out, especially if you're doing it consistently, you've got to know what foods to be ordering because you're eating out more than once every week. So the way that you can eat out and still stick with your goals is by sticking to lean produce, things like turkey, chicken. If you're going red meat, a leaner cut of red meat or seafood. And then we're going to be adding produce on top of that, looking for a side salad or any side vegetables. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go low carb. So if you are going to be eating carbs like potatoes or rice, we just want a smaller portion, hence prioritizing the produce and the protein first. Then that's what's going to allow you the space to really celebrate and enjoy a meal at your favorite restaurant, where you might be going for a cheesecake, or you might be going for your favorite dessert or a big pasta dish, and you'll be able to do that guilt-free. This is one of the most valuable skills that I've learned and that I teach my clients, because it is essential to know how to do this in order to stay on track and eat out. Which is why I've created an entire video that outlines that exact process and how I travel and how my clients travel, still while losing 1 to 2 pounds per week. Go ahead and check that video out, and I'll see you over there.